I'm doing this the day after the previous Blueprint stream because I cannot wait. If you missed day 16 in-game, at the in-game day 16, for me at least, other people may have discovered what I found sooner than that, or later than that even. But my day 16 told us a lot. And make sure game audio's coming through, actually. It's faint, there's not a lot of audio, but, okay, footsteps are there, so we take those. I'm gonna try and remember which button is run this time, but I might still mess it up. Blame fantasy. Let's get buffed. The shelter. Let's just bring the schoolhouse back, because, like, I don't need the shelter as much anymore. It would still protect me from the red room. But getting that safe open, that's one thing right there, and I still don't feel quite ready for the tomb. And I know we didn't see all the classrooms yet. Got 2 of them last time. But as usual, gotta double check for stuff lying around or things that I didn't have context for previously. Now, for those who saw day 16, you'll know that I've started a hunt for the letters. And we got a lot of them last time. So, this time won't be as much of that. Although if we get to the upper ranks, then that'll be a bigger priority. Ranks 8 and 9 are where I'm missing the most. Well, I do want the library at some point. This gives me a key and an extra acid. Yeah, I do want that bottom left corner just to confirm what I think the letter is. But I don't have it written down sure, so. But this letter I have, it's the same set of pictures. Take that key. I'm half tempted to use this as a dead end, just to get one of these dead ends out of the pool. Closet might give me a gem. Good to get gems. But I also wanted to confirm the room above, like the second row all the way to the left. If I do the Nook right now, that's a guaranteed shot at that. Okay, let's do that. While we're in the Nook. Okay, there's Flan again. Oh, this is the classic dessert and desert. So I was right, it is an S. But let me officially write that down. Get the key. And now to confirm the room above it, and hey, I can still get the library after all, or I could get 2 gems. They're both great options. I don't want the chapel there. Fine, as I am interested in the library because we bought a special new book. But gems are probably better for the long term in trying to reach those upper ranks. Here's here. I want to say plane and plan, which would confirm my theory that the letter is E. There's even a letter E in the picture. Alright, E just makes the most sense, because now it officially says 8 safes. Whereas yesterday that was an assumption. The black box is empty. The black box is true. The black box is black. That's true. Blue is true. So if we assume that is true, then so is this one. But they can't all be true. There has to be a liar. So if this is true, now let's assume that this one's a liar. Means that they're in the black box. White can also be lying, and that's okay. 2 liars are allowed. That was much simpler than the last one that we had in the parlor. Bedroom, put down the closet. Security. I needed security for something last time. What was it? It might not matter this time because this is a different run. Oh, it was the keycard system. We might run into keycard issues again. That's a distinct possibility. Okay, this is gonna sound like a dumb move, but no matter which room I place, it will give me eastward momentum, but not northward momentum. Like, even security here just connects to the hallway down there. So I can't possibly go north from here. So I might as well place the closet here, get some items, and then backtrack to the entrance hall and make my way east from there. There's my logic. We do, did I need to check the pictures in here? No, I already have the stairs and star. Hey, I'll re-roll. That could help. I was hoping for a gem. That tends to be the tricky bit. Having enough gems for stuff. Spare bedroom would definitely connect me to the foundation. Doesn't cost me anything, so might as well. Now I should already have... I should have all the letters in rank 1 and rank 2. So I don't need to worry about placing a room that does or does not have pictures in it. The only one I'm missing from rank 3 is the spot from the left. I got this spot right here, east of the foundation. I can worry about that when I go through the Foundation and go east. So let's build up my resources in rank 1 for drafting strategy guidelines. If I place the classroom, I assume that it's going to start at grade 1 again and that I have to build my way up to grade whatever else. If I place the library first, then this gets a bonus effect of being able to redraw. You know what? I do want to check out that book. So, in library. Yeah, I'm just confirming. Ooh, a free gem. That sure is nice of them. Anyway, the new book request form where we can see a bunch of blank spaces for books I haven't bought. Give me a new clue the next time I'm in this library. Something shall be revealed. I don't know what, but at this point could be anything. My favorite floor plan is the East Wing Hall. Haven't looked at this scrapbook in a while. Most time spent in laboratory. I guess that makes sense because of the periodic table puzzle. Top receipt, largest purchase. Stamp collection. I have still not gotten the veranda. For the servants' quarters, and I've seen the kitchen, I just haven't. Oh, I've reached grade 2 in the classroom, yes. I'm aware of it. La la la, tra la. Parlor's drafted, so I like how all my puzzle records are at 100%. Solved as many as I've drafted. Up just one red letter, which was numbered 7 when I found it in the shelter. I've never placed the rotunda. The wine cellar is a lot of gems, and I like the idea of having gems. And I haven't been there in a while. Could be something I missed there. Whereas if I place the rotunda, I'm spending all my gems. I've never seen it before, and that usually leads to good things. It also re-roll. Alright, gotta make a decision. Yeah, okay, it's a gamble. But I am going to gamble. I still have 2 routes I can go from the Foundation. I'm going to gamble on the wine cellar in hopes that I'll just be able to construct very nice rooms in the near future and keep the run going. But it has been a while since I've been down here, so I want to point out this is the Roman numeral that I got for 1213. I am pretty sure that's what it says, 1002. Which is why I've been trying 1213 in a bunch of the saves, but, you know. Now, this does have pictures down here. Of course, I already had this set of pictures. Apart from the dig spot that I cannot dig right now. Not seeing any other goodies in here. Anything that I have new context for. Looking around, being sure. Now, I haven't passed through here yet, so let me make sure that there's nothing important lying around. Got your bridge and your bride, but made note of those. Alright, I'm gonna start with the very important Eastward. Not to be mistaken for the game titled Eastward. The corridor will let me continue. I am half tempted to re-roll. I don't know if I can really expect much better of an outcome. I can still go north through the Foundation. Anyway, I do need to make note of the pictures in here just to be sure. We've got a lock and a clock. Well, that was easy enough. And that confirms that the third row up says crack. So I now have 100% confirmation that the second half of the message is dates crack 8 safes. Ooh, the den is great. Do love me a den. Yeah, let's just place it. We get a gem. We get paths in both directions. A really good idea to place a den right. Trying to check for anything else lying around. I've often found locked chests in the den, but not this time. I don't need the letters where I'm going. Unless I re-roll, these will all be dead ends either way. New classroom. Alright, let's place the first classroom. Does start at grade 1 again. Does have the exact same worksheet. Globe is on the ground. But we do get the apple. Hard to check for, like, anything else. Oh. Up. I placed the comp. Well, I don't have that much money. I was gonna say I could buy gems and then make sure I have enough gems to hypothetically place all the classrooms. I got 2 redraws in this classroom. I have a library and the first classroom. And I have seen here apple. I need the letter from the room north of here. Technically, I mean, I can make an assumption on what it is, but one I don't have, but I can't right now. Oh, you're killing me, game, with the, Oh, I got 4 redraws. What other rooms did I place that had the little compass symbol? I don't know. Alright, let's use it. Redraw. Courtyard is looking spiffier. And the bedroom is effectively the same as the courtyard in terms of orientation here because of that corridor. So I might as well place the bedroom at that point. I don't need any letters from the first 4 ranks. Goodies. Goodie. I've seen these fingers in multiple rooms. They might all be the bedrooms, actually. But of course, after what we learned last time, I'm like, what are those eventually gonna mean? Dare I use my reroll, or should I just go for the secret passage? Then I have to spend another gem. I can still go north through the foundation. I don't think I'll be able to go... Not confident that I'll be able to go west and east from here with whatever rooms I'll roll after. Even if I take the commissary, that's just gonna divert me west. I'll have this die. Hello, the pool. Pool branches off both ways, so does the dining room. I'd say all of these branch off in this direction. That's which I want to use. I'm gonna say... Yeah, why lose the 2 points I have? I'm in rank 5. Did I need... I think there's a 1 letter in rank 5 I did not need. Could be H. Cart and cart, yeah. That yellow mountain symbol from the 1st grade paper. I thought these were treasure maps. I'm like, 2? First. Well, I've got a few keys. Kitchen would be okay. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna... Avoiding it now, library. Definitely don't have enough coins to buy any. Pretty sure. Jars in these crates. Up some muffins. I mean, I can spend my 2 coins on a banana. This is an option. Today's main course, porterhouse steak. Perfect dish for those who love extravagance. You know, this thing has mentioned the showroom giving me a bonus on the meal, and I don't think I've ever had the option of, installing a showroom. I don't think it's come up the draft. It's in the dining room, but of course I have to reach rank 8 before it would manifest there. Anyway, pictures. Oh, they're on the fridge. How cute. I see. The reason they put a 10 on the tag is so that you could do 10 as one of the words. Oh, it's 10 and 10 in the, so it is a T, as I hypothesized. I think I'm gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna go west from the dining hall and try and build up my resources on the lower ranks. And talk about a perfect spot for a passageway. Just right in the center. Filling up my gems fairly quick. I'll allow it. Was this a spot where I would have preferred to have a room with pictures. Unless there are pictures in here, but the last time I looked at it, couldn't find them. Other hallways have had pictures. Not every room has. Got our first keycard door. That's just lovely. I'm feeling a twinge of regret with the passageway. Okay, sure, this can be the storeroom. And I get some stuff. Broken lever? Haven't had that in a while. I do have a note about that somewhere. I've never really had the opportunity to use it. Greenhouse. I need to be able to place a greenhouse to use it. So if I see it come up, and none of these really let me continue my westward momentum. Is this the time I want to sit down and try and figure out the VAC indicator puzzle? And I started early. That's what the game is telling me to do. Gotta go with the flow. You know, now that I see this picture close up, it is much easier to tell that that's a pilot because of the goggles. I do think Mondu had it right with pilot and plot yesterday. Okay, well, turning off the keycard entry system doesn't exactly enable me to open the door, right? Okay, so what do we know about this puzzle? We know we need to get them all to turn purple so that we can get access to a white button, and then we need to make the sequence off, blue, green, white, red, purple. Pressing the button by default cycles it between off, green, and red. I know. I know there's a trick to get it to turn blue. The blue has to do with the greens, right? So okay, now I gotta try and remember how to on purpose make blue, which I am currently just doing by accident. Wait, I got them all to purple. So the fourth one needs to be... So if I click the fourth one right now, yes. Off, blue, green, white. No, I need the right one to be purple, not the... Yes! Oh my god, I got that so much faster than I thought I would. I'm not even totally sure I remembered how to make blue. Go me. Pull the lever. Woo! Anything else back here, or is it just that fancy lever? I mean, I don't exactly want to mess with the VAC indicators anymore. And I could turn again. I don't think turning off the keycard entry system really does anything for me right now. So, okay, if nothing else, I can't open this from the backside, right? If nothing else, at least on this particular in-game day, I will have accomplished another upgrade. A 2-gem upgrade. Pretty nifty. Yeah, it's locked by a keycard. Even though I can turn keycard system off right here. Issue is doesn't let you open the door anyway. What is even the point of turning that off? I don't know. But I guess now I must go north through the kitchen because that is the only path left available to me. I rank 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All I have in my inventory is the broken lever, so the workshop is of no use to me right now. And I have the letter from this room, so I don't exactly need to be able to see where I'm going. Drawing room gives me rerolls while also being in the arrangement of the dark room, even though I have to spend the gem on it. Confirm the coast coat thing there. I'm gonna try west. Chapel is okay. It gives me no. I can see grade 3. I don't have enough gems to make it much further than grade 3 right now, but something. All right, let's go to 3rd grade. Science worksheet. Use the elements below to form the answers to each question. H2O in liquid state is called teardrop. H2O in solid is called ice. H2O in gas is called water. Okay, I see the water, the ice, and what does that leave? Water, ice, E. Steam. You know, the actual answer to the question. Science is fun. Fluorine, uranium, nitrogen. Hey, look, it's the periodic table again. Doggy. Water, ice, gas. Looking like a smack. No looking in the microscope for me. Disrespectful, see me after class. Mrs. Peterson. I already have the letter from this room. I'll take the redraw. The boudoir is an option, but I can also just go north through the drawing room. I'd rather have this go a different direction, and I've got 5 more rolls. On the other hand, both directions is also acceptable. You know what? But if I do security, then I can do the key card. That's what I had the issue with last time, right? It's my last gem, but it's probably the best option. Wish I had more gems, but we're not quite on the next in-game day yet. Fan and Flan, I have that one, right? Yep. I have all the rank 7 letters. 8 and 9 that I need the most. Makes sense. It's hard to reach 8 and 9. Card system settings. Yes. Okay. Change offline mode. Unlocked. And now I can go through that door in the passageway if I need to. Half is a hefty penalty. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna place it, but I'm not gonna go in there. Wait, no, I had this issue the last time. Sorry, memory's coming back to me. I have had this plan before, where I'm like, I'll leave and then go back through it when I have less steps to lose. And then as it turns out, you lose half the steps when you place the room, not when you go through the room. Quite misleading. Entry gives me some money to work with. I really want the doors, though. But then again, even with the doors, I'm at a point where I'm probably going to need gems to place most of what I want to place. I don't have any. Pint back again. I'm gonna go through the drawing room because that gives me free reroll. I thought I saw a pile of coins. It was just a lamp. If I place the commissary right now, I could buy the gem. But if I place the conference room, I have a path up to rank 8. I do want to know what's in the rank 8 room for the letter. Apple has that same effect, but I would lose money. I can also redraw, but I only get 1. Like, these are solid results right here. You like being able to continue north. Give me a free gem. Sometimes these random rooms have, like, free stuff in them. I already have Plain and Pain. I can see if I missed any items, actually. I forgot to do that in here before. I did not miss anything, unfortunately for me. Last key. I don't have a gem to spend on the greenhouse. I want the greenhouse. I have the lever. I have the lever right now. But I must settle for... I don't need the steps that badly in the boudoir, so... I must settle for the East Wing hallway, which will at least give me a chance to reach rank 9. Ding-a-ling. Why'd I get a ding-a-ling? Well, if I'm understanding these pictures right, since, yeah, this one does the same thing. Look, the picture of the floor plan shows me the letter T here. And I was going to say plant and plan, because if I were to assume that this is, in fact, a floor plan. But no, if you happen to roll floor plan as one of your words, it tells you the letter. Oh, with my luck, it'd be locked. Ooh, this also lets me go west. Alright, I don't have a gem. What am I doing? I might as well take the 10 steps then. And I need them that badly, and I think this is the one room in rank 9 where I already have... Oh, this was the whole crate and create fiasco, where I think the letter is E, but I don't know that for sure. I can maybe see things a little closer up in here, but... Oh, good, a compass. Which could actually be useful if I'm trying to reach the upper ranks, but I don't know at this stage if it'll help too much, but I guess maybe it will. Okay, steps up. Locked with no key. Does that mean I have to go backtrack? I could go through the pantry. Unless that door was also locked. I don't think I checked it though. I'm gonna go through the passageway where I know I'll be able to get in. Alf. Here. Again, into the kitchen. I have more money. Do I want to buy a thing? Adds a room to the draft pool, but I'm 1 coin short. I didn't even notice that. I didn't spend my money anywhere else, so nothing I could do about it. Oh, I reached rank 8. I get the steak. I'll eat it. I mean, yeah, it'd be better if I had the showroom, but I don't think I need 10 extra steps that badly. Alright, so back in the passageway. Nothing but red. I mean, I don't want to lose half of 54 steps right now, so can you please give me the dark room, I guess? Also, wait a minute. Oh, key, nice. Did I need any pictures in here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I needed the one in the passageway, technically speaking. Yeah, this is planet and plane, like it was before. Archives. While drafting, you'll no longer be able to see all 3. Then lose half those steps. It didn't happen when I immediately placed it. I would have already placed the weight room, but alas. Archives, so I have a chance to go west. I assume there's pictures in posts. Yeah. Ooh, gem. If they have one picture, then certainly they have another picture. Ah. Did I need this? This is rank 6. No, I should have all of them for rank 6. Oh, right. I had this as coast and cost. Westward exit. We're using the key on. See if the other one doesn't. Both need a key. North is where I'm missing letters. I am not missing any of the letters over to the west. It's just that if I went west, then maybe I'd get more keys or gems or stuff. More likely speaking. Also, I don't think that I wrote down any of these newspaper dates previously, but now that I know that they're possibly going to mean something. I'll transfer these to the digital notes after the fact. 11/11/86. That one doesn't specify a year. Probably 86, but gonna write them down exactly as I see them. September 2nd does not specify a date either. And maybe I should put a little note about what these dates are. First one is Marigold Wind. Second one is Wimbird. Third one, Detained by Redguard. Ops Publisher. No trace discovered. Jewel stolen. I read all those articles on a previous stream. Alright, north is where I'm missing letters. This is where I'm going to use the key. Unknown. At least the gymnasium only cost me 2. Except when I've turned off the stuff. Haha. We're in rank 7. I should have all the letters for rank 7. So going west should not give me a new letter, but again, I'm concerned about resource. I'd have to spend my 1 gem, and I don't even know what the one on the right is. I would ideally like to be able to go north, though. Wasn't there a second constellation down there? Gem rebate. They'll get very concerned about these globes. Oh, the observatory does have pictures. This should be Spine and Pine. Where's the second pic? Ah. Yeah, so been there, done that. Locked with no key, that's a lovely sign. Okay, that's something. I don't want more locked doors, and I don't have 3 gems, so I guess it's finally time to sacrifice all those steps. Yes, before you even step foot in there, it reaps. locked, fortunately. I turned off the keycard system. Chapel gives me another chance to go west. And I'm running out of opportunities to use money on this run. Oh, wait, but the chapel didn't have pictures, and I needed pictures here. That may be extra sure. I mean, I know I looked for them last time. I didn't see them. However, doesn't mean they're not somewhere. Give me a gem or something while I'm here. There's the closed off antechamber. Broken lever doesn't really mean anything to me on account of I don't have the greenhouse. Could afford it if it wants to show up again. I was worried about that. Locked. I tried both other doors in here. Unfortunate. I try going north through the observatory. Was that locked? Ah. I tried going west through the archives. That was the first thing I tried, actually. Everything up here is locked. Now the East Wing Hall was also locked, and I was like, yay, a key, and you know, so much for that. I can double check security to see if there's anything in the house I'm missing. A spare key somewhere? Nope. Nothing for me. Cool. Well, like I said, on the bright side, we did solve the utility closet. That's good. And we got a couple new letters. Ranks 1 to 4 are all cleared out. So is rank 6 and 7. Only missing the center of rank 5, and it's pretty obvious what the letter should be. But reaching rank 9 to get those letters is going to be a big goal. Also, it looks like the Gemstone Cavern's the last permanent addition. It's really too bad I didn't get to place that greenhouse with the broken lever, though. Oh well. Oh yeah, we also checked out the book. I gotta remember we checked out the book so that next time the library comes up, we can read a new clue. Alright, we will be going on to day 18 in just a moment. Give me one quick sec. Not even really going anywhere. Okay, I just needed to turn on something. So. Continue. I didn't even come close to getting grade 8 in the classrooms, though. A little unfortunate. shall grab my allowance. I now have 2 gems to start the day. Hip hip hooray. Now, I know that the Gemstone Cavern is just going to give me a passive upgrade the same way that the Apple Orchard did, but it's worth going to see the physical location right after I go get my permanent buff here. Ooh, this could be a fun thing to try. Now that I've got all these extra steps to spare. Why not? Let's do a... Well, I mean, now I have bonus gems as well, so... I don't have any items to trade at the trading post right now. Well, I mean, that'll never be the case at the start of the day, though. Okay. Pavel, I'm gonna keep you in mind for later. I'll bank on maybe having something to trade in the long run. Possibly. Still doesn't want me picking up dynamite, but still comments on it. Yes, I have no items to trade. I know. Alright, let's go see the cave. To the cave, to the cave, to the cave, 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 to the cave, to the cave, 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 to the cave, to the cave, 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 and it's full of gems. That one's the whole microchip ordeal. There's also this gate. Here is the last of the equipment for the new mine. I don't think we're gonna need more than this, especially if we're gonna limit excavation to 2 stones per day. I was told by the engineer that getting greedier than that might risk the structural integrity of the cave walls, so I suppose we'll have to adhere to his expert opinion, at least for now. We managed to remove all but 1 minecart from the old tunnels, 2 of which were too rusted and worn down to be of any use to up here, so Dave went ahead and made the call to scrap them. I'm not sure that the foreman is going to be too happy about all that, but hopefully you can smooth it over. Now, there is still 1 more cart down there, but it's locked on a short track and it's way too difficult to move from the reservoir side. It's a bit awkward because it's blocking the passage, so I suggest someone move it from the other side if they can get over there. I've seen the very cart that this letter mentions. The boss informed us there are 2 other ways into the site from that side, but I think we're gonna leave that to someone else to finish up if the old man really wants it done. 2 other ways in. Interesting. We'll have to keeping my eye out. I expect one of them is in the basement, and hey, look at this. I was hoping this would be here. I wonder if this is a way into the site. Anything else before we go into the ominous doors? No? Well, thank you, Gemstone Cave. I am grateful. Tra la la, tra la 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 la. Do I know where I'm going? I think I do. Yep, right over there. Yeah, la la do 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 but do do. Down the stairs and into the elevator looking thing. Going down. Oh boy, the precipice. Oh boy. I see now why it's called the precipice. Foreman's log 3, date. There's a date. Anytime you see a date, you now have to write it down. Okay, what are we at? 7/2/1915. As our client Thomas Sinclair suspected, the arches that were visible from the south cliff were part of a much longer arcade carved into the rock face. Last week, when our crew first arrived, only 2 supporting pillars were visible, but after only a few days of clearing vines, moss, and dirt, we have uncovered a dozen more. Our exploration so far has been limited and entirely superficial, as every shaft we have surveyed has ended abruptly and every promising path leading deeper into the mountain has been blocked by tunnels packed tight with soil, rock, and debris. This site is either much older than we first assumed, or someone deliberately had these chambers buried. Can't grab the lantern helmet? No, that would be too convenient. Do-ba-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh my god. No, why are you doing this to me, Kay? I know what this means. I don't know what goes where, but I know what this is hinting at. Ah! That's why they're there. Freaking heck. If I knew the game was gonna do stuff like this, I would have started like a grid and written everything down from the very beginning. I mean, I was writing stuff down, but I didn't think I'd have to write down what appeared in what square. Realm and Blah, Sigils of the Past and by Professor R. Willard. Foreman's copy, do not remove from sight. I believe there's a copy of this in the bookshop. Ben Aries, Robert Burden's Sons, 1905. And that's just a year. Do I really need to write down just the year? Various stuff. They did this in order that the blah of the realm might not be blah by strangers. Historically speaking, sigils are not a new tradition. They've been found in every era and every culture and predate both written text and heraldic arts. However, today when we use the term sigil, we are referring specifically to realm sigils, those crude circular marks of designation found on royal artifacts, buildings, and other documents. This book was written to make simple the understanding of these fascinating glyphs and to clearly display the correlation between each sigil and the iconography of the realm's royal art. How is the image of a leafless burning tree seen in geometric lines, and what does that tell us about a kingdom's history? Each line, each circle, and each variation tells a story of the land. Even the adorned borders around the sigils have special meaning. To understand a realm sigil, we must first dismantle the symbol and identify the individual elements that make up the whole. Each sigil is composed of 4 things: the core, the dividing lines, rays, the moats, and the border. The core. Those symbols look... Some of those symbols look familiar. At the center of each sigil is a unique shape different for each realm. If the core tells us the name, then the rest of the sigil tells us the history. Still, it is important to identify and distinguish the core as a first step in deciphering any sigil, as all the other parts are meaningless if we don't first know the place we are describing. Several So, I definitely see the stuff from the first grade exam that we have colors for. Joy. The rays differ in number, style, blah. Counting the blah 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 blah. I'm definitely gonna want to buy this from the bookstore, huh? Wavy lines are used to indicate extreme heat. A rainy realm is indicated with rays of 3 vertical lines pouring down. A more extreme stormy weather is a jagged lightning-shaped ray. A ray dotted with falling circles is used for snow. Windy weather is displayed by bent, curved lines, rays buckling under the high winds. On each sigil, floating between the rays, are small figures called moats. From the shape and style used on a sigil, we can tell the society type, if they consider themselves mighty in arms or blessed by artistic and economic fortune. Asterisk, tribal, primitive. Peanut, agricultural. I guess that's a seed. Stalactites, martial. Folded paper, metropolitan. 3, academic. Dye, industrial. That's a nat 1 right there. Pizza, spiritual. Flower, poetic. And around each sigil is the border, and there's 8 borders that correspond to a different color. Dotted border is white. Oh, they're all kind of dotted. Open circles, white. Closed circles, black. Heat waves, red. Violet, green, orange, white, yellow, pink. This'll be faster. Can't read too much on the rays, guess I might as well take it just in case. Banner's martial fog. By studying the core, ray, moats, and border of a sigil, you should now be able to unlock the meaning behind what we had previously been an indecipherable enigma. I don't think I've seen these sigils anywhere. Alright, so we now have a new mission. Oh, hello, is this a door? It is, but you know what? That might be tied to this thing. This is our new mission. And I'll keep an eye out for sigils, too. Well, that was fun, but now we turn to the manor. And we see what we can do with our new gems. Also keeping in mind that I could trade stuff at the trading post if I need to. Oh, are there any chess pieces in the entrance hall? Nope. Cool. Also, you know, those fingers that were pointing different directions that I'm like, these are gonna mean something. I'm like, now I have to write those down too. There's just no way. Well, as usual, let's just try and build our resources here at the start. The den is a great start. The trunk is locked. Aha! I must now grab another paper. I think the numbers were across and the letters were vertical. Like A, B, C. No, wait. The numbers were vertical because it corresponds to the ranks. Alright, now. I think that is a queen. I'm not entirely sure. So I'm not going to write down the name. I'm just going to draw it. And I found that piece in D1. Euler for gem. The other two boxes are empty. The other two boxes are blue. Well, that's wrong. The other two boxes are true. Well, that's wrong. And the other bonuses, maybe chess, maybe not. I think there was only like 5 or 6 chests. But wait a minute. There's another one. Do I need to know what color they are? I'll write down what color they were. Gold in D1. Black in E1, but they were the same chess piece. I don't remember seeing duplicate chess pieces on that board mere moments ago, but maybe I'm wrong. Man, doesn't it feel good to have 5 gems and just be able to play security right now. Five coins and a trunk. Well, the 5 coins might be in the trunk. Or they could be in here. I haven't looked around in this room yet. Alright, system settings, offline mode. Unlocked and security level. Turn that to low so that we don't even see them as much because we're still early. Wanted to double check if there was anything I could do on the network menu that was pertinent to me. But doopy doo doo but doo doo but doo doo a doopy doo. Okay, special order from the commissary. Let's see. I'm thinking... Let's make sure there's a shovel there for the future. And there's those 5 coins. That could be useful. It could be useful. Is there a chess piece? Does every room have a chess piece? Don't answer that. I'm bad at drawing everything, but especially horses. Oh, this is E2. Fantastic. Okay. And none of these connect to the den, which is mildly unfortunate. The nook gives me a key. Storeroom gives me more stuff, but blocks stuff. You know, I've got plenty of other branches. I'm gonna take the storeroom now and get it out of rotation. Alright. Every room has had a chess piece. Where's this chess piece? There's the chess piece. I should have just redrawn the grid at this point. Okay. So what I've got so far is the little rook piece, right? Actually, you know what? It'll be so much faster if I can just write the name of the chess piece in the thing, so I'm gonna make sure I get these names right. Okay, there are 6, and as I thought, these were pawns. Right, I think I called them rooks, but meant pawns. I knew they were the ones that could only move like one space. The horse is the knight, because knights ride the horses. The rook is the one that looks like a castle turret. Okay, the bishop has the pointy church hat. The queen has like the flowery looking crown. Kind of looks like a tulip to me. And the king's got a big old cross on top. Okay, so pawns are in D1, E1, and D2. The one in E2 is black. I mean, E1 is black. Wait. Did I write E1 when I should have written... No, I meant E1, because 1 is the bottom row for rank 1. This is why I'm moving to the grid, because then I don't have to think about this after the fact. So, black pawn in E1, gold pawns in D1 and D2. And white knight in E2. Okay, did I grab all the stuff in here? Alright, before I head north through security, I'm gonna try and build out my rank 1. Get my resources up. Oh wait, there's... If every other room has had a chess piece, then shouldn't the entrance hall? I'm not seeing one in the entrance hall. I mean, the lamps almost look like chess pieces, but, like, really. I mean, there's a queen on that card there, but that's not the same thing. Spare bedroom. Save the drawing room for when I need more branches later, inevitably. Is that lamp a chess piece? The only lamp in here. It's the only thing that could be a chess piece. And the base of the lamp does seem to resemble one. Namely, using my newfound knowledge, this is a bishop. I really wish I could, like, crouch to better see the top of this. Might just be a pawn with an extra little bump. I think that makes it a bishop. Put in a question mark. Just in case. Ooh, key. Or I could buy stuff and then bring it back to the trading post. Wish I remembered offhand what I could get at the trading post. Oh, well. Are you hiding a chess piece from me? Are you doing a thing? I am not seeing one. Guess you could argue that the joysticks look like pawns, but usually just one. I don't suppose it's in the background of the shop inventory. I could get a shovel. I didn't run into any dig spots yet, but that doesn't mean I won't. Or I could just trade the shovel if I don't need it. Oh, there you go. I got a shovel. Got any chess pieces, punks? No, seemingly no. I got my eye on you. Or maybe this is one of those cases where, like, you know, not every room has the pair of pictures. So maybe just some of the rooms don't have the chess pieces. Having a chapel right next to a commissary seems counterintuitive. I'm going to put the drawing room here because the foundation really blocks western access from that point up, so being able to go north from here might be good. First, let's see about this direction. We like keys. 8 coins when I have a commissary. Sounds like a plan to me. Oh, big old chess piece. You're definitely a bishop. And a black one at that. This is B2. Been in this room before, but... Oh, right, the fortune teller. There's the 8 coins. Now, I don't need the pair of pictures in this room, but does this room have the pair of pictures? Oh, there they are. Yep. Like I said, I don't need it. Okay, well, when in Rome. Activate cutscene.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear. I see the darkened cloud of ruin, familiar to us both, now decrepit, run down, and in disrepair. I see 8 red envelopes.
I found number 7.
Resting upon 8 pedestals.
So I actually need to find the other 7.
These 8 envelopes, I see 8 letters penned by 8 different hands.
You know.
8 letters of which you will only ever find and read 7.
Oh, that's more than I currently
Just
have.
like the art hanging on the walls of these rooms, there is a letter missing.
Well, that would have been a big hint if
What
I...
you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
I'm gonna check something right now based on what just said. I know there's a way to look at this. Not a way to look at this. My past days. I want to reread the red letter that I found, since I did find one of those 8 red letters, and I wanted to see if there was a date on it, but I may have to go back. to Dreamer, I found it, and just look at it again that way. Okay, well, that was all interesting. Do I want to go into that middle room through here or through the entrance hall? Guess through here. Nook connects nicely to the foundation. The walk-in closet gives me 4 items. Nook. The Nook has the Rook. Or rather, C2 has the Rook. White Rook, baby! Can also go down. I probably have to go down the basement elevator to see which chess piece is in the foundation. But before I get too far away from it, I do want to take my coat check at some point. I could have also re-rolled, but I didn't think it was a good time to do that because the West Wing Hall can basically only appear in the West Wing here, so I want to take advantage of it when I can. Our bedroom is nice. Yeah, these lamps are definitely chess pieces. That's another bishop, right? Unless there's another one. No, that's the more obvious chess piece. So I guess the lamp isn't the chess piece. Good thing I put a question mark on that other one. B3. I apologize if any fireworks make their way over the microphone. I'm not sure that they will. Don't these people know it's like a week too early to be doing that? Anyway, B3. Gold rook. I almost wrote the pawn. Gold pawn. Not the first gold pawn we've seen, so I'm really curious how this puzzle is actually going to play out. Hey, a die. Also, you know what? Just gonna write this down here. B3 is also the down hand. Finger go down in this room. Closet, chapel would be good. I mean, it would cost me money, but... You know what I should do? I should place the chapel. I should see how far I can get without it. Spend my money on the commissary to get more gems and stuff. Also, I don't think I checked for a chess piece out here. I wrote down this June 15th date, right? Yep. It's actually on screen right now. Anyway, chess. Chess. Yes. No chess. No chess at this moment. Alright, I'm gonna go spend my money. But I almost have enough for a set of 4 gems for 10 coins, which is a better deal. Never mind, I'll come back. It's unfortunate that I'm wasting steps in the process. Billiard room. These are great, but billiard room is also usually a good place to go. Oh, the notes left the screen. I bet. But anyway, this usually gets. I could re-roll, but this will be unlocked for later. Do I see a chess piece in there? Doubtful. I'm just tempted to buy these up. Okay, mate. Alright, I will buy one, and then we'll see if I can find more money. I'm gonna go north through security. I did check for a chess piece in here, right? Yeah, I found a white knight somewhere. Yeah, up there. Okay. Boudoir gives me some stuffs back. You know, laundering currency sounds fun and all, but at the same time... Andu will be disappointed that I'm not waiting for an experiment, but... You know. I forget if I tried that last time or not. You got a chess piece in here? Another one of those lamps that looks like a chess piece, but probably isn't. Also a little hard to tell what color I would call that. Is that like a pink? Is there a chess piece in this image? You know what I haven't tried? It was so obvious in hindsight. Give me the letter. Number 4. Herbert, I was distraught to learn that you have chosen to omit the details of our dear Marion's disappearance from the public record. It is no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept as quiet as possible, but I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece that you would play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life, and all you can do is think of your name. Having never had a family nor fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifices she did. But for the love of God, do not, by that same display of weakness, clutch your petty assets so tightly that you undermine the cause that she forfeited everything to further. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid, and must be made to see the color of the flag she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. To deny her story is to deny her life. If, through your silence, you bless this betrayal, our son, Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies and will spit upon your grave when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Needless to say, we will not be coming for Christmas this year. Daniel. Cool. Can't believe it took me this long to figure out how to open that safe. These pulls kinda suck. Although the pantry gets me the 4 coins that I need to buy the gems from the commissary, and then I could proceed through the foundation or the chapel or the corridor with a bunch of gems. Either that or reroll. Money, here I come. La 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 la. La 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 la. Keeping an eye out for any alternative chess pieces that I may have missed besides the lamp. All your gems. Well, not all of them, but most of them. All the gems I can afford. All right. My options are north through the foundation, east through the chapel, which lead to the same square, but you know, could have different effects. And then up through the corridor. Let's go through the foundation so I can check for the chess piece. Also, I have a shovel. I haven't found a dig spot yet, and there's usually dig spots in the foundation. Thanks for the old shoe. Thanks for the extra coin. Oh, I could have just come in here and dug up that coin earlier and been able to buy the gems then. So much hindsight. Yes, chess, 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 chess. Chess. Anything chess related at all? I'm not seeing anything. It could be in the basement, but... Well, I think that counts as part of, like, the underground section, which is its whole other thing. Is there a chess piece in here? There's a dirt room that I missed. Might have been. Well, if there is a chess piece to this room's name, I don't know what it is. Ooh, three-way hallway. Not connect back to the chapel, but wouldn't that be fine? Whereas the dining room connects back to the chapel, but doesn't give me an extra way to go north. I like having an extra way. Also a key. You got any chests going on in this hallway? Probably not. It seems like hallways are devoid of chests. Gym does let me continue going east. So does the drafting studio, and I have enough gems for it, and it gets me a nuke. Yep, that's the one. Wasn't there one of these safes I could... Okay, yeah, this just shows the Great Hall on whatever day you happen to arrive in here. The November 22nd was indeed not special. It was just the day we happened to arrive. Let's get our new thing. Delirium. You are more likely to draw unusual and rare rooms. Sounds nice. When you enter the vestibule, 3 of the doors unlock and the 4th one becomes locked. That's a nice 4-way passage. And, of course, the kennel. Unlock all doors by digging. This time I have a shovel. It doesn't really matter, it's just like it goes into the pool. I was tempted by the kennel the last time, but we didn't have these other 2. They're all so interesting. But right now, one of my main concerns is being able to reach rank 9. So the way that is going to give me more ways to go is the vestibule. Oh, it tells you how much it costs. 2 did it say that? This one's 1 gem. That one is none. But I'm guaranteed 2 gems at the start of the day now. Going with the vestibule. Whoop whoop. Oh, I just realized why I can't type into this safe, even though I could before. You need the magnifying glass. That did not register the first time that I encountered this safe. Like, after opening... Hey, look, a black pawn. After opening the safe in the boudoir and figuring out the connection there, I'm, like, eager to find other rooms with safes and maybe be able to open them after all. So, At some point, I'll need to get back in here with the magnifying glass again. Was there one for sale at the commissary? I only have 1 coin. I think it was 4 coins at the commissary, but I do think they had one. I've got a shovel. Maybe I'll dig up some more money. Starting to run a little low on steps, though, and that's because we took that detour to the other place for items. Red gems in each green room. This is the only green room, though. I don't know, the most important thing is it gives me a way north, right? There might be dig spots. Pretty likely in a green room. Got my gem back. Battery pack. That do anything for me? I don't know. Making sure there's nothing I can... That. Alright, dig. How many? Nah, I need 1 more. Asking answered. To go back to the commissary, it would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps. Then another 6 to get back to the drawing room. And I have 19 steps left. So if I choose to follow that lead right now, then I am giving up any other forward momentum I might have. I don't think that's the right call, even though I usually pick a lead and stick with it. Like, I am sure that I'll get back in the drafting studio with a magnifying glass at some point. I am less sure that I will be capable of moving north. Yeah, this might seem weird. I know it's a dead end, but it's 10 steps back. I can go north 2 other ways. Serendipity. I got any chests in here? Gold pawn. There's rank 5. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double check the patio, because I don't think I paid close enough attention to whether or not there was chests out here. Pardon me. Oh, chess pieces. Where art thou? If any at all. Possible green rooms just don't have pictures or chess pieces. People wonder why green is my least favorite color. Hi. Hello, tiny model with the magnifying glass. It wasn't November 7th, which was day 1. I'd type in it without the 0. Okay, well, this is showing the apple orchard in the calendar, so maybe this safe code is actually the same as the padlock to the apple orchard. Did I hit that 3 times by accident? 1, 2. I thought that was a fair shot, because that was the date carved in at the apple orchard. That's what's shown on the calendar here. Anyway, maybe they want today's date. I think we tried that the last time. We thought November 22nd was something special. Now, this is a model of the drafting room, but let's try the code that worked on the boudoir safe. No, so is there any other date associated with this room? The January issue of the magazine. That's not a date, that's a month. I don't know, is there another separate date carved into the apple orchard in the picture that I didn't notice the last time I was in here? Alright, well then here's another dumb idea. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As far as I can tell, there are 8 8s in this picture. Calendar's on November. That actually worked. Man, big day. 2 red letters. Uncle. In a few hours, we are departing. As planned, we will be taking the old mountain way tunnels to the north. We'll go as far as we can by trolley until the rails give out. Then we'll proceed on foot until we reach the southern border. I've never been as excited, nervous, and heartbroken. I may never know if I've made the right decisions, but I've made the ones I felt my father might have nodded in approval at. I'm leaving a message for Simon here in the safe house. This unhallowed cavern that we have called home for the last year. If something should happen to me, please guide him to this place. Try to show him what these lost days were all for. Explain to him, if you can, the intersection between foolishness and doctrine, the thin wire we stood upon above the world, holding hands and throwing stones. holding hands and throwing stones. In those days, we were guilty of everything. As always, Mary. Okay. The reason I thought to count the gates on the calendar is because we have put most of the messages together for the paintings, right? And I had OUNT, small gates, followed by what I presume to be 8 dates, crack 8 safes. So I presumed that that OUNT word would be count. Count small gates. So yeah, look at that. Gates. I counted them. They're small. So I don't know if the message from the paintings is actually going to mean anything anymore. It might have just been a hint for this. But I also don't know the very first word in the message because I haven't been to enough rank 9 rooms. So I'm still going to keep my eye out when we get to rooms that I'm missing letters for. Okay, sure, we'll unlock the way. Closet, billiard room, secret passage. I would ideally have liked one that led out to the E. I use my reroll. On the other hand, the passage lets me pick a color. This is so stupid, I'm gonna do it. The office leads out to the east, and then for the west, I can go through the corridor. Same for the observatory, actually. The office has a safe in it. Why not? We're on a roll today. Alright, anyway, this is office rank 5. C5, so there is the king. Baby with the cross on top. And I expect the missing letter here to be G, but I should confirm. We got the layer cake thing and a tiger. Oh, so this word totally is tier. Because tiger, tier, G is missing, so that confirms that it is the word 8 again. I was right the first time I thought that that thing on the right was a tier. Alright. Cool. It is a little more obvious when you pair it with tiger. Have I looked at this picture before? I've been in this room. I just don't know if I have actually looked here at anything. Okay, yeah, there's the, that lever. So there is a safe in this room. There is also an arrow pointing left. That's great and all, but, I wonder if it's possible for me to crack this safe right now, because if these books are the hint, then I might need to know when one of them was checked out of the library. I don't have a library right now. Even then, I just requisitioned a different book altogether. I mean, so far, the clues have been, like, in the room. Like, we had that November calendar in the drafting studio, and we had the Christmas photo in the boudoir. So my question is, what do we have in here? Open that drawer back up. No, 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 no. Open the secret safe. Don't play coy with me. Oh, I did open the... Okay. Yeah, what is the date? Can I deduce the date? Again, it might have something to do with those books. Let me look through my notes. I mean, I'm still holding on to June 15th. Wrong month. Nope. Okay. I was named heir on November 5th. Everyone had to vacate November 6th. Groundskeeper was terminated March 20th. Pyramid, red and blue. You know, the office is the place where you can access the email. So maybe there's a date in the email that I overlooked. November 1st. But that's just a message that, I don't know, that feels like more about... I'll try it anyway, but it feels like more of a backstory message than anything else. October 8th. This is where I got the solution for the fuse box. I need to try 1101, 1008, 1005, just in case. And 1007. 10:05, 7, 8, and 11:01. I'm gonna go try those. I don't know. Now I'm still thinking that it has something to do with this book. But the other ones that I've solved so far, the answer has been practically in the room. I mean, the shelter was a little different. You had to figure out what day it was in game. And it was just those 4 emails, right? November 4th, everyone left. Did I try November 4th yet? I don't know. I'll try that again. Or for the first time. There are 2 ones in 11. Wait a minute. March of the count. It's a March date. It's March something. And I have to count check if books matching these type. Well, there's too many books in this room for me to count, right? And there's only 2 on the desk, though. Although you're holding a book. Okay, I'm convinced that it's 03 followed by something that I have to count in here. March of the count. Queen, Lord, Baron, Major. Although those are all colored red, so they might be red herrings. But if I were to count the queens in this room, there would be 1. That's not a queen up there, right? Because the queen doesn't have the cross. The queen has the flower thing. That's a king. I stand by that being a king. There are so many things that I could count in here. Could also be a total of multiple things. But certainly not the books. There's too many books for it to be a date. There's more than 31. I think we have to agree on that much. I could also just start brute forcing 03. Oh, 3. I only have to try this 31 times. I try and be a little more systematic than that, though. There's a lot of busts. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll try 0309. Make sure I type that in correctly. 0309. Try without the 0. Try without both zeros. Okay, it's not the heads. Either that or I counted the heads wrong. Is there another head in the drawer? No. There are 16 red words on that note. I'm going to try 0316. There are these little pyramids. 1, 2. 3 if you count that sail. Okay, well, I didn't try 0303 yet. Woo! This has the number 8 on it. You said I would only find 7 of them, Mr. Whoever you are. The fortune teller. Dear Mr. Sinclair, thank you for promptly answering all our demands, not involving the police, and allowing this unfortunate transaction to transpire as smoothly as one could hope. And while I'm guessing you had hoped to never hear from us again once we had given you back the envelopes, we felt that one final red letter of our own was merited given the circumstances. Hopefully, you will not be as careless with this missive as you were with the others. Correspondence this incriminating should be kept in safes, not desk drawers. Let's first put your apprehensions aside, as I'm sure another red envelope is the last thing you expected to find on your desk this week. No, we are not making more demands, and no, we do not have copies of the other letters. You were already more than generous and accommodating, and the least we can do is fulfill our end of the bargain. So why write to you at all? Why incriminate ourselves further if we already have what we want? In a word, principles. After reading your eloquent reply to our initial note, it became apparent to us that there had been a few misunderstandings. This letter is intended to clarify some of those points, and hopefully will place our schemes in a softer light. First, we may have gotten too excited with the colorful language of blackmail, but our goal was never to terrorize. Despite what you may believe, you interpreted as thinly veiled threats towards our young nephew. I want to personally assure you there was never any tangible danger. If we gave any impression we would hurt the youngster, it was meant only in the very vague sense of hurting his social prospects. And yes, while we admit that our word choices might be questionable, enough so that it would be reasonable for you to accuse us of being intentionally misleading, we hope you believe us when we tell you that this was not a calculated ploy to elicit payment. However, as payment has been received, there is nothing to be gained by scrutinizing the questionable ethics that were employed in our extortion of those funds. Little defense can be mustered on that score. Additionally, any judgmental tone you may have detected when we discussed the content of your stolen letters was entirely unintended. We want it on record that we do not consider ourselves superior to you and your family in any way, and are in fact entirely sympathetic to the underlying cause that the letters pertain to. And you thought this letter couldn't get more incriminating for us. Again, we feel guilty in sin, as sin, and only time will tell if the financial recompense will outweigh our culpability. Even though you will never hear from us again, we hope this parting letter will result in you thinking of us and our dealings, if not favorably, at least sympathetically. Sorry for the inconvenience. Forever Anonymous, X. Yeah, so I don't know if that was the yellow pyramid things, which is what I ended up counting, or if it was just like there were 3 pictures around. But in any case, got the safe open. Ooh, I could read our new book in the library. Yeah, let's do that. And a gem to boot. A New Clue by Marion Marigold. I am the first person to check out this book. I was the person who gifted this book because I bought it at the shop. Suppose that makes sense. I wasn't done reading. Sundial Publishing, 1989. All he needed was to find a new clue. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. If he knew what to do, he'd likely tell you. For you are looking for a new clue, too. There's the number 8 again. Well, isn't it convenient that I have the magnifying glass with me while I do this? Just in case. He retraced his sketches and studied the files, reviewed all the cases he'd gone through the piles of evidence present and precedents evident, and retraced his steps and stretched it on for miles. Corner cases. I mean, yeah, these rooms are all corners. I get that. They all just have the L shape on the doors. 3 of them are checked off. Actually, that's not all the corner rooms. The boudoir, for example, and the bedrooms. I guess these are just the blue ones. Dead cases, as in dead ends. Lavatory, closet, attic. I haven't had an attic. Furnace. I think that's solarium, which was the optional room I passed up. Got his book open. Oh my god! This'll be easier. A lot of names and ages to write down. Although it is the same page twice. Depart. Oh, I wasn't done. False. Trying to be sure. All he needed was to find an... Oh, wait, that's the first page. He looked high and low in all of the rooms. He searched every corner in each of the tombs. In this particular case, he checked every space. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. So I'm saying the chess piece, the angel lever, a sign that says keep left, bunch of blueprints on stone tablets. Candlesticks. Tangibly written on the paper. He looked and he looked under beds and in nooks. He questioned the maids, he questioned the cooks. It was already over when he spoke to the chauffeur, who told them their clues were found only in books. Tanner Fork. These are the fruits that were hidden in the house. I'm just seeing a lot of stuff that points left. To Tanner Fork. When you say that fast, to Tanner Fork, to Tanner Fork, to Tanner Fork, to Tanner Fork. The number 2, the number 10, number 4. I wasn't done. So tome after tome in that library loaned, and the books that he had already owned, were searched from their covers all the way through. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. I don't like that the word cipher is right there. And I'll go back to the zoom in. I'm hitting the touchpad by accident, and the magnifying stuff... The magnifying glass does weird stuff with the touchpad on the DualSense. Okay. Red book. Pen. Green book. Lunar renamed. If you rename lunar, then it's moon. Or night. I don't know. The last one says draft the 6s. So, like, blue 6 and red 10. So what numbers would go with the middle two? Uncle Aw. 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 Law. Law. What number has an ah sound in it, if any? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 20, 23, 24. I don't know. We'll hold on to that screenshot for later. Is there any other? Here's a right turn. After all those left turns, I should probably write down all the directions, huh? I'll go back to the beginning of the book in a moment. He changed all the letters in the lines that he found. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting and found that the diction of each word was sound. Lower word, your name. Right means right. Gate means gates. Gates is apparently a word for horse. Like maybe this message about gates is also trying to tell me about horses. What's that? I was not done. Craft the sixes. Shifted extras. The fixed stat. That's an anagram. Shifted extra. The fixed. What letters are left that he's covering up? The fix. Wait. The fix. The. Trying to do it in my head. The SIFD. FIXE. So the fixed stars. I should probably write this down to be safe. Yeah, it could be stars. The fixed stars. He stayed up all night and studied the maps. He laid out the floor plans and measured the gaps. And if his directory was considered a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. Got a hammer. Record. That looks like the Great Hall. Record each. Oh, there's a word on each page. I'm gonna have to go through this whole book again. A man obsessed and cuckoo too, they would say as he would wander through. The best medicine is not yet evidence. If he found a new clue, he knew what to do. And having read this book so many times, having scoured over each of its cryptic lines, have you exhausted your search? Have you seen all the signs? Or is there perhaps something new, something overlooked but now in view? Have you finally found it? Could it really be true? If it's a new clue, you know what to do. The suspect is minor. The suspect is major. The suspect is minor. The suspect is A, key. Okay, I'm gonna read all the signs from this book, since that's the obvious thing to do, but I'm gonna need just a moment before I do that. That is the rare BRB. Okay, now I've unmuted the mic. And without further delay. Route. Depart. Wait. Route 8. Depart. Keep left. To Tanner Fork. I type this into the notes. Route 8. Keep left. Wait, no, Route 8, depart. Keep left. To Tanner Fork. That specifically says signs. Turn right. Is that what that sign means? Specifically says look at the signs. Dead end. Record. Each stop on the way. It's a little hard to see the on the way sign down there, but I had the magnifying glass. Toward each stop on the way. Have you seen all the sign? Is it possible? Oh, God. Man, I'm glad I had the magnifying glass. Assume page count starts on title pages. That's written in blue. Red, green, violet, blue. Page A, word X. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. This is freaking nuts. There's also a king on this page. I don't know if that applies to anything. Metro. Seen all the signs. Dead end C, major key. Like, I'm guessing all the words I read are out of order, and that these are hints about figuring out said order. And I gotta be extra careful with this magnifying glass, because not really gonna get another chance like this anytime soon. Like, to look at all this again, I'd have to check the book out of the library again, which is doable, certainly, but take a bit. Okay, so if page count starts on title pages, then this is page 1. Or maybe page A. A bunch of gibberish. Dead end. It points to the letter C. That's not page 3. X, Y. Wait. You'd have to count both pages, right? Or maybe just the pictures. X, Y, Z, B, C. That's one off. Red. Page. This is a copy of page this one. Where they circled the word library and put a rectangle around the way. Covers the way. They underlined covers. They underlined covers and then pointed to red, green, violet, blue, as in the book covers. Page A, word X in the red. The way is X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Zoom page count starts on title pages. Wait, Major. And later he said Jor is name. A name. This book is evil. Red, green, violet, blue. Red, green, violet, blue. The one part I'm trying to figure out is, do I need to go through this book to find these things, or do I need to find whatever the real world equivalents are to these books? But I don't remember seeing these books in the library listing or in the bookshop listing. No. Lore. There is so much stuff. Wait, I just realized this seen all the signs thing has 10 blank spots. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there were 10 signs. I did write down all 10 signs. Although I'm not sure if the phrasing of turn right is completely correct. I don't want to look up a traffic sign. Get an official name on it. Yeah, that is a right turn. It might matter the order of the words, though. I am again wondering if it's something that, like, the diction matters more than the words themselves. Like, root 8, if you say it fast enough, is rotate. Rotate the part key. Like, rotate the part key. Rotate the part key left. The part key. Part key. Part key. Part key? Part key. Part key. Part key. Part key. Part key. The port key? I don't have a port key. Rotate something left. The 10 or 4. The 10 or 4 right. 10 or fork right. 10 or fork right. To 10 or fork right. To 10 or fork right. To 10 or fork right. Rotate the park, keep left to 10 or fork right, turn dead end. I'm just trying to see if I can hear myself saying anything that isn't, you know? Okay, rotate something to the left. But I also got these page and word numbers. Page A, word X. If I, no. X, Y, Z, A, B. Wait. X, Y, Z, A. Word X. P. Page C, word A. No, I don't think I'm doing that right. Because that says heat home. Heat home look. Look-y. No, that doesn't do anything for me. Not like I can open those other books, right? Is there anything corresponding up here? And this is the records. So far, it's just the temporal records. I think about the records because one of the words is record, which could also be read as record. Yeah, I don't think the mic is picking up the fireworks. And yes, I did graduate to 3rd grade. Thanks, game. I'm stuck on this being rotate. Am I supposed to... Something I didn't consider is... Like, that could be departure, but it's covered up by the paper. But I feel like that's intentional. But let me try reading it as departure. Rotate departure keep. Departure could be the part your keep left. Rotate the part you key left to 10-4. Returned the end. Loud music driving by. Record each stop. Stop on the. I mean, it's talking about. Is there a globe in here? I don't know, might not. Well, that firework was definitely picked up by the mic. It's been nearly 3.5 hours again, and I still have so many steps left in this day. Okay, wait a minute. This is a violet book, right? This puzzle might span multiple books if they actually want me to go into a red book, a violet book, a green book, and a blue book. Page A, but A is... Alright, I hate to do this in the middle. But those fireworks are distracting me. I've been going for nearly 3.5 hours, and sometimes you just gotta sleep on stuff. Oh, no, I don't want to call it a day. Can I not quit without calling it a day? I did not know you could only save and quit at the end of days. But I have this book in the magnifying glass right now. I could try putting the PS5 to sleep, but lately there's been like power stuff, so if there's like a power surge, it's gonna completely wreck my save. And based on the nature of this game, I would probably not be able to get it back exactly the way it was. I did screenshot this. I have thoughts about the people outside doing the fireworks stuff, and if I said this stuff out loud, I could get in trouble. So I won't. But I'm thinking it. See, something that's really throwing me off. I've seen all 10 signs. Dead end. Major key. Says C is the end. Wait, end points to C. So that means C is the last page no matter what? Which would mean it goes C, B, A, Z, Y, X. So this is page X. Wait, I didn't need page X. I needed page A. B, B, A. This is page A. B, A, D, Y, X. Have. There are no words on page. That's this. D, B, A. Okay, well, if nothing else, I know this book is Violet, right? So I should be able to do page B, word Y. This is page B. B, B, A. Word Y should be U. B, A, Z, Y. Ow. Bang my elbow. All right, I'm going to screenshot everything that I can in this book. Like, unfortunately, I just can't keep sitting with it right now. So I need to do what I can with the rest of this particular day and then save and quit before I lose anything. I don't have enough coins for another major book. Can I see these pictures better this time? That one's the stage and the stag thing. Alright, I'm only missing pictures from rank 9 rooms, but chess piece. I was definitely expecting a tiny chess piece in one of these aquariums. Maybe I'm just not observant enough. Is that a gem in there? No. Not that I would physically be able to grab it anyway. Alright, maybe I'm stupid, but I'm not seeing a chess piece in here. That's my last key. I know that the way up through the corridor will be unlocked. But hey, so will this. Keys for sale. This will let me go up. Well, this better be worth it. Wondering if that gear is one of those secret sigils. Then again, I guess every gear in here would possibly be. Oh, hey, we can test this theory. Hey. Yeah, it is paint and pint. Battery-powered shovel. Alas. Nothing works. At the moment. Wreck you. Oh, wait. They gave me a sledgehammer and I didn't even notice. Sure, so you're locked. You're a mind fuck. I want to go south, and then back up and around. See how many steps I have left at the end of this. Okay, through this corridor. Dining room, or else it'll just be impossible to advance. There's a gold pawn again. A5. I only have 4 steps left. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting far enough north to get any new letters, so I might as well add to my star count. And find out that this room has a white knight. Oh boy, extra delicious apples. Locked. Also locked. So then I'm just screwed, because like every other door, the gym, the aquarium, those were locked too. So I would say at least I can peruse the book, but like I don't have it in me right now. Especially because of those meddlers outside. And I never did use the trading post. Oh well, certainly can't make it back there now. I've got a bunch of thinking to do about that new clue. And next time we've also got more chess pieces to find, and maybe someday I'll make it up into the rank 8 and 9 areas for more consistency, and maybe there's more safes that I can open, or classrooms that I can go into, or books that I can check out. Regardless, see you next time. If you watch this, thank you and have a good one.